Hey, I'm Dr. Judy Gooch, and I am here today to help you get better faster after a brain injury. Hey, I'm back. This is Dr. Judy Gooch. I specialize in rehabilitation medicine. I work with people who have had injuries to their brain, and I help them to improve. In the last video, I talked about brain plasticity, and I talked about how to use brain plasticity to improve function after an injury to the brain. Today, I'm here with Elliot. At age 9, Elliot had a bleed in his brain. This was due to an arteriovenous malformation, and that's an abnormal condition of the blood vessels. So Elliot's bleed in his brain was like having a stroke. So at age 9, he lost the use of his right arm and leg, and he was right-handed. So imagine losing the use of your right hand and your right leg at any age. Life is really difficult. Well, today, Elliot is active. He loves to travel. He plays sports. He especially loves basketball. He's really good at basketball. And he's about ready to graduate with a bachelor's degree from a 4-year college. So how did this happen? How did he go from being unable to use his right arm and leg and being in a wheelchair, and he also had difficulty talking? How did he get to where he is today? Well, Elliot took advantage of brain plasticity. And remember, brain plasticity is the ability of the brain to change, to rewire after an injury. And as I talked about it in the last video, you can't just sit on the couch and expect your brain to change. You have to be active. You have to do things. So today, Elliot is going to talk about some of the things that he did to improve. And hopefully, you can use some of these ideas to also improve. Sports are a great way to exercise. After an injury to the brain, people have a lot of difficulty getting back into sports. When Elliot was 9, he loved to play basketball. But now he's coming home from the hospital and he can't use his right arm and he's in a wheelchair and he can't walk, but he wants to play basketball. So Elliot, can you tell us how you got back into basketball after your injury?
Well, first and foremost, I really I don't want to give up on my passion, on my dream of, eventually maybe playing college ball. I know that's really a far-fetched kind of thing, but point is I wanted to pick up where I left off. And where I started, I had to get back to. So I got this wheelchair. I got this basketball hoop on the wall, and when I came back home, my dad got me that thing. I wheeled up to the basketball hoop and started shooting, and that was a really big driving force on how I started getting back into it. And then eventually I ended up getting into the driveway and shooting free throws. And then eventually I am where I am today, playing at the gym and up at the university.
Okay, so you started sitting in a wheelchair,
yes,
using your left hand because you couldn't use your right hand,
yeah,
and you just started throwing balls.
So to speak, yes.
Okay, so you've come a long way now. Now you say you can go to the gym and run around and
Yeah.
shoot hoops.
Very blessed.
Very blessed. So basketball you've loved, you've gotten back into it. What other activities have you been able to do or have you found helpful?
Well, hiking in nature for one. My parents got me into hiking before this accident actually happened, if you can call it an accident. And they try to drag me and my sister up the mountains just because that's what they did when they were little. And basically, it's been really a driving force towards recovering or even just to enjoy life for me. Getting up in the mountains is a distressor, really a peaceful time, whether it's just me and my dog, or me and my family, friends, and the way that I had to move my muscles and continue climbing and going on to the destination, I felt like that was a really big, push for my physical activity level, at least.
So you today still have tightness and some
yeah.
weakness in your right leg, yet you're able to get up into the mountains, and there's some pretty big mountains around here, and you're able to get back into the mountains and hike.
Yes.
Elliot, can you grab this pen?
Yes.
Okay. And now can you let go?
Yes.
It's tough. It's tight. So I'm going to try to move your arm.
Okay.
Okay. And it's stiff.
Yeah.
Okay. That's called spasticity. And that happens or can happen after a brain injury. Very tight here. But yet, in spite of the fact that Elliot has weakness and spasticity in his arm and hand, he has learned to use it again. What things do you do with your right hand?
Getting my school bag ready, carrying multiple items out to my car and back, certain things like that. But those little things mean a lot, and kind of that's how I incorporate it still in my life.
That's excellent. And it is really important to continue to use your weaker arm, even though it might not be your dominant arm, to at least use it for some things that really helps with function in life. It can be really discouraging and really depressing to have an injury to the brain. You're not able to do those things that you have always been able to do. A lot of times, people want to withdraw. They don't want to do anything. But to take advantage of brain plasticity and improve, you have to do things. You have to be active. So you need to find those things that help you to keep going. I would encourage you to take his advice and find those things that you can do to keep you going and keep you active so you can take advantage of brain plasticity and improve.